Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We've got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Okay, I just had to do that little bit there because, as you guys know, today the Scoob movie dropped onto digital platforms because, obviously, as you guys can tell from the previous little reviews I've done, due to the COVID situation, I'm still doing these reviews from home because I can't go to Albion's place because of the COVID situation. So because of that, I just finished watching the Scoob movie at my place, so I'm now doing the review from here. And obviously, if any of you are familiar with the Scooby franchise, and even from just that little bit I did there, that kind of gives away. And if any of mine and Albion's commentations during our reviews or gameplay stuff haven't given away our ages, I think that little bit there, because that should give away exactly how old I am with how old far back with the Scooby-Doo stuff I've been watching, because I grew up on some of the original Scooby-Doo cartoons, pretty much like Scooby-Doo, Mystery Inc. and Scooby-Doo Where Are You? So it's like, I was watching like the original stuff, so pretty much like when it was like really the old hippie stuff, so, and also like when it was like, oh, Scooby-Doo, who are they going to meet today? So basically like some of the older cartoons. So it's like, I remember watching the cartoons where they would meet like in Batman, the Batman and Robin, that old cartoon, or they met the Globetrotters, that old Addams Family cartoon, etc. So just to name a few. So I was kind of excited for this new Scooby-Doo movie, even though I know if it's not like the animated Scooby-Doo movies, which I know this one was, I know some people aren't all that enthused by the live-action Scooby-Doo movies. I'll be honest, the first live-action Scooby movie, that was the big motion picture stuff, I thought it was okay. The second one, Monsters Unleashed, 50-50. But when it comes to like the whole animated, the whole cartoon series, I'll be honest with you guys, I've tried to keep up with it, because like I said, the whole Scooby-Doo franchise, that was kind of one of my big things from growing up. I have kind of kept in the loop on the newer series. It's kind of 50-50, so, but not so much with all the different movies that they've kept coming out with. I mean, at least on the animated stuff, because dear God, they've kept them coming out with so many. Don't get me wrong, it's like when they first did them, I had like Zombie Island, Witch's Ghost, Cyber Chase, Aliens. I saw all of those, and I think I saw like a few of the others after that. But after that, it was kind of like, they kept on coming out with so many of them, I was kind of like, oh my God. It was just so difficult to keep track of them and stay in the loop. especially since a lot of them kept on being like, especially as time went on, a lot of them kept on being like direct to DVD stuff. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to discuss the new one. But and I will try to keep a lot of the. But as I just said, Scooby-Doo is something I grew up with, and I do love the series a lot. So I will try to keep as much personal bias out as I can. I may slip up here and there, but hopefully that won't be too much. But here we go. Okay, I think the animation held up. First off, on the animation, it was pretty decent for going from like a 2D to a 3D Scooby-Doo movie, and it was just very interesting, especially since if you've paid attention to the trailers, they kind of seem like they're setting up for a Hanna-Barbera universe. Because, I mean, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but if you've paid attention to the trailers, you've got Blue Falcon, Dick Dastardly, and the girl who's flying the Blue Falcon ship is actually from another Hanna-Barbera show, but I'm not going to ruin it for you if you haven't figured out which one she's from. But it's like you kind of really need to pay attention to the movie if you want to catch like all the different references to the different Hanna-Barbera shows that they throw in there. Some of them they just like some of them it's like, oh, you actually see the thing. Others it's like, oh, they only put like a little reference in. Others it's like this big reference. But so it's like they are actually kind of building like this, and then like, so it is kind of like they are building this big Hanna-Barbera universe. So we may or may not see more Hanna-Barbera movies, cartoon movies. Which, for if you like me, if you grew up on these cartoons, it depending on like which of the different cartoon series, that could be very interesting. And yes, my cat is in my lap. He's being a cuddle bug right now. But the animation itself, like I said, it was good, and it held up well. So it's like if they continue this style of animation with those movies, I think it'll hold up well. The story itself, I'm kind of 50-50 on, just because I know the Scooby-Doo franchise, but considering they were trying, like I said, they're trying to build, like, from what it looks like, they're trying to build all the different Hanna-Barbera cartoons into one universe, which even, like, like I said, since, when they did, like, the whole Scooby-Doo, Who's Scooby-Doo meeting today, they did already kind of have, like, some of the Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. meet some of the different Hanna-Barbera people beforehand, other Hanna-Barbera cartoon people beforehand, so it could kind of worked out, especially considering when you consider one of the other different Hanna-Barbera cartoons was the ghost one. So I'm taking that into consideration. So, but it was also pretty interesting because, I mean, if you've paid attention to the trailers, it kind of shows. It starts off with Scooby and the gang. They have that first little Scooby and Shaggy meet when Scooby is kind of a stray, and then Shaggy just pretty much takes him in, and then it kind of escalates from there where Scooby and Shag meet the rest of the gang, and that's when they kind of have their first little case, and they go, you know what, maybe we should keep on doing this, and then it just kind of escalates from there until it gets to a point where they're like, without giving away too much of the storyline, we're like, we're so good at this, we need to pretty much consider doing this professionally, and we kind of need backing money. Which kind of leads to a big... Which if you saw the trailer, where they're talking to the one girl at this bowling alley, like, yeah, no, if they had their friends with them, they probably wouldn't have been taken. That kind of led to a bit of a falling out situation, but as you kind of know in these movies, everything gets resolved. But I'm not gonna spoil anything for people. After all, as me and Albion have said, we're not gonna spoil things to the best of our ability. But yeah, no, it was a very good it was good, and honestly, for still kind of in this COVID-19 situation, if your parents who need something for your children to watch, the movie is about $20 for rent, and if you want to buy it, which this time I did, unlike when I rented Trolls, because honestly, this is one of those movies where my family is actually more likely to watch it, unlike with the Trolls situation, because the Scooby-Doo is kind of one of those things where we all enjoyed it, because it's like, with the whole cartoon situation, it's like, because when I was little and it was Scooby-Doo, I was like, even when it was the cartoon, it was like, if it was on and just like, okay, we're not gonna change the channel, it's Scooby-Doo. So it's more likely to get rewatched. But and so like for the buying price, it was about $25. But we've got Amazon Prime. I'm not sure how much on like any other of the other viewing platforms. And again, it's good for your little kids if you need something to keep them busy if you're trying to do something, or I don't know if... I know it's getting close to summertime, and you might be able to go, and I don't know, like, if you have depending on, like, their schooling situation, you might go, hey, if you get this done for your homeschool stuff, I'll order this for you to watch. I don't know. But the movie itself, I felt, was good. Like I said, I was just kind of considering how long I have been watching the Scooby-Doo franchise. I was just kind of like a little on the story. But like I said, I'm trying to keep bias out of it. But like I said, just a little bit is leaking out here at that point. But then again, considering they were trying to put quite a bit of Hanna-Barbera continuity into this whole movie, to probably branch out into other movies, I can kind of see where the rest of this is going. But the story, it's going back to the story, like I said, it was. But then again, like I said, the story itself was pretty sound from where I was going, and then it kind of showed, like, again, where the rest of the gang, if you watched it, you kind of see brainy Velma, beauty Daphne, where even then she's still got her sensitive side, and this one is kind of, people have been kind of joking around with this one, where Fred just loves his van so much. You kind of see that in this movie a bit. And honestly, it is pretty funny. But all in all, it was a good movie. And so I'm kind of glad that I was allowed to just flat out buy it instead of rent it, so I don't have to wait until DVD Blu-ray, since heaven knows with this whole COVID situation that's going to be a while. So it's like, so I can actually go back and rewatch it a few dozen times and go, okay, I missed that, so they actually kind of did that little Easter egg for that Hanna-Barbera cartoon there. And you kind of see, I'm not going to spoil it, but you kind of see, like, this whole other side to one character. Just a little bit. It's just a little funny. But, rating 1 to 10, okay, I'm trying not to let bias bleed through, but I would still give it maybe, I'd say at least a solid 8. Just because even after all these years, the Scooby-Doo franchise is still going strong. Even with that little hit and miss of the big live-action Scooby-Doo movies from theaters. Because I know a lot of people were not very happy with that. But honestly, it was a good movie, and it makes you consider things. And like I said, I know, I don't know, like, what your situation is with your kids in regarding school, because I know it's getting close to summertime, and depending on, like, how you're doing your homeschooling situation, you might be able to go, you get this stuff done for your school segments on the computer, I'll order this, or if you can finish off your class assignments and get to this, then we'll order this to watch. Kind of trick them into it. You never know. But like I said, it's and like I said, kind of like I said with Trolls, I know the money situation might be a little tight, since I know some people have been let go because of the whole COVID deal. But for, at least on Amazon, I know it's $20 to rent or $25 to buy. I don't know about other viewing platforms, but at least, so depending on, like, what you generally would go to watch something, you can at least check that out. And there you go. And I hope everybody is being safe. And again, for all our people who are in hospitals and stuff, thank you guys for your dedication, and for families and for your families. I hope, thank you guys for sharing your family members who are working in the hospitals. I know it can't be easy since you don't know if they're going to be coming home safe and sound. Same for police officers and their families too. I know these times are tough. Well, see you guys later. Again, still don't know if there might be any more movie reviews like this. I think I'll be for the streaming stuff. I think Albion has finally figured out. Before I finish this off, for the streaming stuff, I think Albion has been playing around with that new program, so he might have gotten that figured out if you checked out when he tried to do the 7 stuff and then messed up on the audio. So I think he might be planning to do something soon. I'm not entirely sure. I'll talk to him here later, so you might be seeing something soon-ish. I'm not entirely sure. So, well, you never know, guys. Again, stay safe. Bye. This has been RebelQueen. Bye.